now that we have the like cellular basics, we can go into like how this stuff, how like the development process actually works. So so after you have like fertilization, it usually takes about a week before it's implanted in the uterus. But during that time, there's lots of cell division, and also they're like reorganizing themselves and creating different tissue types. Yeah.
So this is after conception?
Yeah, after conception.
So maybe because we have the gametes sitting in their little gamete part, the testes. And
they're made in the testes or ovaries, yeah.
Yeah, and so then they do their thing where they go to that place where they can interact with the other side, other gamete.
I suppose, yes.
Being very diplomatic here. But so then we're kind of skipping ahead to the part where they, meet each other. And
yeah.
He means sex.
He's talking about sex. Yeah, that's I was also skipping over that. Another more for interest sakes, just because I'm talking in the area, a lot of like, so you've heard that like women make all their eggs when they're like still in utero, so they actually like stop twice during their like meiosis cell division part, so they don't actually like fully finish their like making of a proper like cell with half the genetic complement until they're fertilized. So they stop once, like when the girl is still like a fetus, and then the process resumes partially when the egg is being ovulated, or like when it's being prepared to be ovulated, and then it stops like again until fertilized. Yeah.
So it's like putting food in the freezer and then taking it out when you're ready to eat it.
Pretty much. Whereas men just buy it from the store and then that's it. They gotta eat it right away.
Yeah.
There's no stopping, but like it's constant. You're always making that. Whereas women, once you run out, you hit menopause and suffer. Something to look forward to. Yeah.
Because God's got a sense of humor.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Terrible sense of humor.
Irony is funny.
You have the sperm and egg meeting in a lovely fashion or whatever, and then once the fertilization happens, then the ovum finishes its like the rest of its meiosis, and then the nuclei combine, and then the like whole dividing process starts. So it's just growing, or no, it doesn't grow, it just divides. It's called cleavage. Okay, I was expecting giggles. Cleavage is just cell division without growth, but so it divides a whole bunch into like smaller cells, and then they start to like reform, and then they start to like differentiate, which is a word that just means they're now becoming, because I talked about stem cells have potential to become anything. As they differentiate, they lose the potential to become certain things. So once it becomes like endothelial cell, then it can't become skin anymore. So like it narrows itself down in scope the more you go, because like
crosses the Rubicon basically of its own development. It can go further down a branch, but it can't step back once it hits a certain point. That's the differentiation.
Actually we can do that. There was a Nobel Prize awarded for that a few years ago. I don't remember which year it was, but I
remember that.
Yeah, we did find there was 4 genes that you can use to like get skin cells and then turn them back into stem cells and then redifferentiate them.
But we're talking generally speaking, your fingernail doesn't become a finger again.
No, once it's there,
that would
there.
Be awkward.
That's what it is.
Our hair grew heads of hair.
It just starts making muscle cells on the outside of your body. Yeah, no, that's gross. Yeah, so it starts to do that development, and then you get the formation of both Müllerian ducts and Wolffian ducts. So these are like Müllerian ducts, if they continue to develop, will form the like female anatomy, so the uterus, the cervix, all that stuff. The Wolffian ducts will form the male anatomy, which I'm sure I don't need to explain, but I can. So there is a point where all human fetuses have both of these systems in place.